Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Ali Nino here, and today I have another tricky tutorial to show you guys. This is something that we call generally, that's what I like to call it, is advanced drag, and it could also be called an advanced pull of a unit. And what it's gonna do is basically, at times what happens is there is a villager or maybe a few villages or maybe a few military units that are way out of position, for example this, and they are under threat of raiding, or for example let's say there were skirmishers over here and cavalry trying to attack them, and what we ideally want is to use these two villagers to try and pull this villager faster towards this side. Now I will call this as the safety point and this as the danger point. Now I have another villager right here for comparison, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys exactly what happens if you try and select these together and try to run them in here and then send this guy alone over here, and what's the difference that it makes. So let's find out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send this guy from here. Notice the starting point for both of them is pretty much the same, ending point would be the same, so the distance should be pretty much more or less the exact same. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send this guy first, then I'm gonna use these two guys and select this guy along with these two guys and send them here, and then we'll see exactly who reaches first. Despite the fact that this villager will be sent earlier, I'm pretty sure that this villager and all these villagers will actually end up reaching here before this villager reaches there. So a lot of the scenario has been already spoken out. Let's see exactly what happens. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just right click right here. I'm already late, and if you notice this guy right here, he's running, and see, despite the fact that I sent this guy earlier, this guy was able to reach here way before that. So let's give it one more try and see how it goes. Of course, what you're gonna need to pull them back in is a few more villagers than the ones you're trying to pull. For example, if I try to pull these two villagers in using this villager, that's probably not gonna happen, and what's gonna happen instead is this guy will come back here to join them and then walk back. So if that's the case, let's see what happens if I try to send them here. Right now it's not working, so like this. So if you noticed, this guy started running backwards. So that's what happens at times. So it's never a good idea to use one person or one villager or one military unit to pull back more than one. It's always good to have it the other way around. That's when it works. Of course, I think distance also matters, like how far he is, the one villager is from the other villagers or a group of villagers, but it's definitely worth a shot. Of course, if let's say the villager is right here or even here, let's say, and town center is over here somewhere, I think it's still worth a shot to give it a try, because what happens is as soon as these villagers go here, he starts running. So you notice the distance. This is probably the distance that it works within. So if we send him back here and then give it another try sending them over here, you see the villager running. So that's pretty much the distance that they should be in. So that's the area that matters. So once again, if we pull it here for the last run, this time we take care of the distance as well. I think that's gonna pretty much make you guys realize what I was talking about. In the final run, once again, send two villagers up here. Now this distance is pretty much the same that we saw. So now if we send this guy here and these guys here, he should run, and notice the difference. That's probably 3 to 4 seconds difference in such a small area. So that being said, what I mean to say over here is always try to do this, because this is one of the tricks that you can use to drag military units. It works with every unit. Like, it's not only entirely specific for villagers. It works for every single set of military as well. Every single unit can actually work like this. So just try to make use of it as much as you can, and this little micro can actually help you win or lose a battle in top level competitive games. Okay, so this was El Nino. It was good to see you guys again. Alright, peace.